Have you ever imagined what it would be like if you were diagnosed with one of the most common and dangerous types of cancer in the world? Receiving a cancer diagnosis is undoubtedly frightening. This is the reality for thousands of people who suffer from colon cancer, a silent disease that can spread without giving any signs, which is often called the silent killer. Often, by the time symptoms appear, it is already too late and treatment becomes more difficult and painful. According to the World Health Organization, WHO, cancer is one of the leading causes of death worldwide, accounting for nearly 10 million deaths in 2020. Colon cancer is one of the most common cancers that affects thousands of people every year. More than 101,000 new cases of colon cancer are reported every year in the US. It is actually the third most common cancer in men and women and is responsible for almost 50,000 deaths each year. The American Cancer Society estimates that there will be 106,970 new cases of colon cancer and 43,340 new cases of rectal cancer in the United States in 2023. Colon cancer is characterized by the abnormal and uncontrolled growth of cells in the large intestine. While it is not possible to predict with certainty whether this disease will develop, there are some early signs that may suggest an ongoing problem. These symptoms can vary in their intensity, with some being more subtle and others more obvious. In this video, we will reveal everything you need to know about this devastating disease. From risk factors to signs and symptoms. Pay attention to the most important information and discover how to protect yourself against colon cancer. After all, your health is your greatest treasure. Before we begin, make sure to give this video a like because the more people who like it, the more YouTube will distribute it to those who don't have access to doctors or hospitals. Also, share this video with your friends and family. Your help could save many lives. So don't hold back, share it. Colon cancer is a treacherous disease that can appear at any age, but usually affects people over 60. It is scary to think that half of the people diagnosed with colon cancer are over 65 years old. Although it is more common in older people. A recent study showed that more and more people diagnosed with colon cancer are between 20 and 30 years old, so it is never too early to be aware of the signs and symptoms of colon cancer. Colorectal cancer is treatable and curable in most cases when detected early. That being said, let's talk about the 7 warning signs of colon cancer that you can never ignore. Let's start with changes in bowel habits. Your body is amazing and constantly works to ensure that you feel healthy and energized. However, sometimes our digestive system can send us signals that something is not right. Did you know that changes in your bowel habits can be the first sign that something is wrong in your body? It's true. About 65% of people with bowel cancer have changes in bowel movement. These changes can vary from person to person and depend on the location, size, and stage of the tumor. Stools can change in consistency, color, you may start going to the bathroom several times or in other cases, much less. The main change is that the person starts to have diarrhea. Without being associated with a virus, and it takes longer than a few days. The National Cancer Institute reports that some people may have diarrhea because their colons are infected with bacteria or parasites. The second sign is constipation, and it can be much more than just an inconvenience. It can be an early sign of colon cancer, and that's scary. It's frustrating when your body doesn't function as it should, especially when it comes to something as important as waste elimination. When the colon isn't functioning properly, there can be a buildup of waste that leads to constipation, an uncomfortable and embarrassing problem. Research shows that over 80% of patients diagnosed with colon cancer reported experiencing constipation before diagnosis. Constipation can be caused by a number of factors, including medication, lack of physical activity, but if it lasts more than 3 days, it's time to talk to your doctor. Don't ignore other symptoms, such as abdominal pain and bloody stools, which may indicate a more serious problem. Be aware of your body and don't be afraid to seek help. The number 3 is a dark and scary warning: blood in the stool. It's an early sign of colon cancer, a disease that can lead to death if not detected in time. The color of the blood can be bright red or dark brown. Bright red blood means it's fresh and there's something wrong with the lower gastrointestinal tract. Although dark brown blood is actually digested blood, it indicates a problem in the upper gastrointestinal tract. Of course, other reasons can cause bleeding, such as hemorrhoids, or even if you have an injury or cut in the area. But it's very important to make sure it's nothing serious. You can't think it's just your hemorrhoids that bled. Bleeding can occur to different degrees, from small amounts of blood in the stool to severe bleeding. Finding blood in the stool can be a big indicator of cancer and needs to be investigated. Your health and well-being are at stake. The fourth sign of colon cancer is a nightmare for those who want to live a healthy life. You may be following a balanced diet, exercising regularly, but still feel unexplained bloating or abdominal pain. The feeling of bloating in the abdomen can be very uncomfortable and discouraging. This can be a warning sign for colon cancer, which can result from lifestyle factors, such as poor diet or obesity, or genetic predisposition. The fifth sign of colon cancer is something that nobody wants to feel, but many people end up experiencing: constant fatigue. If you feel tired all the time, even after having a good night's sleep, it's time to pay attention to your body. This symptom can be an early sign of colon cancer, a serious condition that can affect your life in various ways. The colon is responsible for removing waste from the body, and when something goes wrong in this process, serious consequences can occur. Don't ignore this symptom and seek medical help as soon as possible, especially if you notice other warning signs such as unexplained abdominal swelling or pain. Prevention is the key to fighting colon cancer, and the earlier you detect it, the greater your chances of survival. The sixth sign is sudden weight loss. Sudden weight loss can be a scary sign of colon cancer. Depending on where the tumor is located and its stage, weight loss can be an early or late symptom. When cancer cells begin to proliferate, they require more energy, which can result in sudden weight loss. But that doesn't mean weight loss always indicates cancer. Older adults who have recovered from an illness may lose a few extra pounds, but if you've lost more than 10 or 15 pounds in a short period of time, that's cause for concern. Don't ignore this warning sign. And lastly, the feeling of incomplete bowel emptying, tenesmus. Have you ever felt like you need to have a bowel movement, but when you try, nothing happens? This is a condition called tenesmus. You go to the bathroom and even after finishing, you feel like something is stuck in there, nothing is coming out and you need to go back to the bathroom. Therefore, tenesmus is an unpleasant feeling that the bowel is not completely empty even after complete emptying, even though there is nothing else in the bowel that needs to be emptied. This feeling of not completely evacuating is a common symptom of bowel cancer. This is because tumors can partially or completely block the bowel, giving the impression that there are feces there, which is actually a tumor. In this case, there is a change in the shape of the stool. They become thinner as the stool passes through the middle of the tumor, creating this strange ribbon-like appearance. It's vital to take care of your body, no matter your age. Eating healthy foods, exercising, and maintaining a normal weight is the best way to prevent disease. Not only does it help keep your colon clean, but it also improves your overall health. But sometimes, even when we do everything right, we may still be at risk. If a close relative has had colorectal cancer, you need to be even more vigilant. Fear and anxiety can be overwhelming. But remember that knowledge is power. Understanding your risks and being aware of early symptoms can save your life. Don't ignore any of the symptoms discussed in this video, especially if you are at risk or have a family history of the disease. If you notice sudden weight loss, feeling always full, bloating, constipation or diarrhea, contact your doctor immediately. These symptoms could be early signs of colorectal cancer and should not be ignored. Remember that your health is the most precious asset you have and it's worth taking care of. And if you have any questions or suggestions for future videos, leave them in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell to receive updates on new videos. Thanks for watching and take good care of yourself.